Welcome to the Urantia book. I want to thank everybody who's liking and subscribing to the videos. This really helps the word get out there, so please make sure you remember to do that. We are going to look at religion. What is the definition of religion? And is the Urantia book a religion? The Urantia book defines religion as one's own personal experience with God, deity, and divinity. That is your religion. That is true religion. It then goes on to say that there are organized religions like Christianity and that sort of thing, group religions, theologies, but they're separating that from your own personal experience. Now, anybody in any religion can have a true religion if they're really having an experience with God, even if they're a Christian, whatever, it doesn't matter, New Age. If they're saying, I have faith and belief and I'm experiencing what it's like to change my life, to change my heart after accepting spirituality, then they are having a true religion. If they have all these other theologies or philosophic beliefs that go along with it, that's their own personal choice. So it's very tolerant in that way. The universe is very tolerant. Remember, this is about unity, not uniformity. You can add whatever else that you want onto that. The book teaches that there are two different types of religion, one being fear evolutionary religion, and two being revealed religion. The evolutionary fear religion, as we see here, religion as a human experience ranges from the primitive fear slavery of evolving savage. It goes into that in great length in other parts. They call it a ghost fear. So if you put your mind into the mind of an evolving savage human, right, who's barely a human, right, who evolved up from an animal, and then now he's trying to contemplate what's happening after people die, what's happening, what are these things called, dreams. They have no concept of any of these things. So they begin to develop a fear around it. And this is a ghost fear. They want to make sure that these ghosts don't get them, so they have to do various things in order to protect themselves. And then this is where we came up with sun worship, where now we have to do things to appease the sun. If you look at your Mayans, they had to do sacrifices. Even if you look into things like your Judaism, they had to do things like kill a lamb on a certain day and all this stuff. This is purely evolution. This is what happens when you evolve animals up to the level of human, and then now they're trying to contemplate what the universe is, okay? This happens, and the gods know it happens, and they just allow it to continue. But within that, they do a thing called revelation, and it is the gift of revelation, which is a divine source of inspiration, of truth. And this is for an entire planet. It's called an epochal revelation. And this book is the fifth epochal revelation. The first four were beings. So, revealed religion is truth. It is stemming from something beyond humans that know. So they're giving you the truth. Yes, it's up to you if you want to believe that or not. You could take this book and throw it in the garbage, or you could embrace this as a revealed truth. So it's really depending on how you define what religion is. There's personal religion, and then there is an organized religion. There is no organized religion based on the Urantia book, because if somebody truly embraces this, then they will see that religion is personal, and it's my own approach to God, so there's no need to make an organized Urantia book religion. There's no list of XY things that I need to do in order to be a member of this. It's not an organized religion. Does it reveal things about our own history, origin, and destiny that one can either believe or not believe? Yes, it does do that. So in that aspect, it is a revealed religion, okay? And we're going to look at some more of this to find out a little bit more about how they're defining these things. Religion The conviction faith of the personality. So there you go right there. That's how it's talking about your own personal experience is your religion. As advanced or as primitive as that was, right? Oh, wait, actually, I forgot to finish this. Okay, evolving savage. So that's the evolutionary religion. Up to the sublime and magnificent faith liberty of those civilized mortals who are superbly conscious of sonship with the eternal God. So let's contrast this. This is important. We're looking at fierce slavery up to superbly conscious. Okay, that's superb. Faith liberty. So if there's a fear aspect, like for instance, in Christianity, we learn that if we don't do X, Y, and Z, we go to hell and we're going to be punished there for an eternity. That is a fear. That is fear-based. So we know right there, that's not a superb consciousness of the sonship with the eternal God. That is more along the lines of those evolutionary origin religions. Now, within Christianity, there is many of this superb consciousness. In fact, the teachings of Jesus as faith granting us the eternity, and also the love of the brotherhood and sisterhood amongst our fellow humans, those two aspects are his revealed religion. And the Urantia book parallels that. They say that was the religion of Jesus. But then it goes on to say Christianity added all these other things about hell and this and that, which Jesus didn't teach. And that is where the evolution comes in. You see? So each religion has a seed of great truth. But that truth gets confounded by dogma and ritual, and now it's hard to see what that original seed is. And it's even happening with the New Age. The New Age religion was supposed to be synthesizing all of these great things and allowing the personal believer to then have their own insight and their own choice. But like everything that man kind of comes up with and does and doesn't really seek from the heart and shoot from the heart, there's now all these theologic and philosophic convolutions that happened with the New Age. Now it's a religion. Now we can just call the New Age one of man's religions. Is there individual believers within that are having a true religious experience? Yes, absolutely. There is in all different faiths. But as a whole, it has become something that is, now I have to believe in past lives. I have to believe in reincarnation. I have to believe that we've come here on a mission, and that we chose this life and stuff like that. The Urantia book says, no, that you were just born of human parents. You know, your parents had animal sex and you were born. At that point, then, you are indwelt by a spirit, but there was no consultation with the divine in order to begin this specific life. So it does present, now you can take that and you can believe it or not. I mean, it's just words written in a book. But once you do examine this book, it really doesn't become a religion. It becomes more or less like a physics book in the sense that we don't need to believe or not believe in physics. It's just presented that this is the reality of the universe, right? So that's what this book is more in line with. It's just saying this is the reality of the universe. You can believe it or not. If you believe it, then you're going to upstep yourself, and you're going to advance quicker along this journey. But if not, just have faith. Faith is good enough, and you will have an eternity to keep on trying and advancing in the universe. So the pace belongs to you. It belongs to each of us. It doesn't teach that all we need to do is have faith and then we are immediately entered into heaven upon our death. It says that there's not enough justice there because depending on one human, how they live their life, that matters. Are you going to choose to make people suffer and still have faith? We have plenty of examples of that. Why should that person go into the same exact place as somebody who really tries to serve others and get it together? So that's why they're saying there's these intervening worlds and lives, these mansion worlds, where you qualify for what you did here in this planet. And you might qualify for a more advanced mansion world because you decided to serve your fellow humans. You decided to do things like dwell your mind on spirituality in a well-balanced, rational way. Whereas somebody, maybe they had faith, which that's all you need to get to the next life, but they still, even still, they really were sordid and so forth. Then it's true what Jesus taught, that faith grants you the eternity. However, within that eternity, there's various levels that you must do self-mastery in order to qualify for. All right. And as you master yourself, you master the world around you. As you change yourself, you change the world around you. So keep those things in mind about it's really how you define religion, whether or not the Urantia book. From an outsider looking in, they could say the Urantia book is a religion. But from an insider who's understanding that religion is how I personally associate with God, this is just a book of words, you know? The words are helpful, but remember, like I said, the words are just a means to an end. However, they're the most important means on the planet right now. The real end is you having your own personal experience. Now let's look at this. This is the last thing. True religion is not a system of philosophic belief which can be reasoned out and substantiated by natural proofs. Neither is it a fantastic and mystic experience of indescribable feelings of ecstasy which can be enjoyed only by the romantic devotees of mysticism. Religion is not the product of reason, but viewed from within, it is altogether reasonable. So all that's really saying is true religion is not a philosophic belief system, which I must believe all of these ideas, right? And it's also not going into a cave and meditating for 8 years and then having this experience. They're saying that's fine, you can still do that. But that is not what a true religion is. A true religion is you're just rationally and you are well balanced and you're going through your life as a believer in deity and divinity, and how that changes and affects your life and what you experience. That is your true religion. Now, I can't prove that to anybody. I can't reason that as far as give them a list of proofs and then they say, oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're really having a religion experience. No, I can't. But once I do have that and I view it from within, it is so reasonable and logical. And that's the real divide here between the people who believe and don't believe. The people who believe is like, oh man, I really wish that you could just have a change of heart and just try it and check it out and see how fucking real this stuff is. But they don't want to because they want that list of reasons to say, why is that not just fantasy, God, wizard? You know, I get all the things on the channel, the comments on the channel about God, wizard, whatever fantasy stuff. But if only they could just have a change of heart and have that faith. And it might happen to them at their lowest moment, unfortunately. We learn our lessons from one or two ways. One is gentle love and guidance. And that's what this book is trying to give us. Like, here, just have a change of heart. Start believing in this and have it change your life and change your world. Or we learn by trial and tribulation, the hammer, putting your hand on the stove and getting burnt and saying, oh, that hurts, I'm not going to do that again. So sometimes it might take people on their deathbed before they start to learn and realize that spirituality is a reality, and many of them do. But that's okay. You know, the universe is designed that way. We welcome anybody, no matter how they learned, plan A or plan B. So thanks again for checking out the Urantia book. Make sure you get this book. Like I said, I just folks, you have no idea how deep this really is and how fitting it is too until you read it. So thanks again, and carry on and on into eternity, because that's all there is.